I find it absolutely fascinating that illegitimacy is so intensely concentrated among very low-income women. I'll give you an example. White women, don't talk about blacks. Among white women who are below the poverty line in the year prior to birth, about 44% of all their children are out of wedlock. White women anywhere above the poverty line in the year prior to birth, it's 6% of births. Now, come on, there's got to be some bizarre reason why very poor women suddenly find it desirable to have babies out of wedlock, whereas not poor women don't.
Glenn, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I think there's a sense in which, almost by definition, Charles is right. If you don't have a way of living when you go down a certain path, fewer people will pursue that path. And therefore, the fact that welfare, greater welfare, not just AFDC, food stamps, Medicaid, housing assistance, and so forth, is available, makes viable a way of life that would not be viable otherwise. We've got a dilemma. And the dilemma is, if we help people do something, let's say they move into a floodplain and the river overflows its banks. Now they're flooded, right? Let's say they move to a hillside and the mudslides. Now there's a mudslide and mud's in their homes. If we help them, we're going to make it easier for them to pursue a course of conduct of which we might not approve.
On the other hand, move back onto the floodplain.
That's right. We make it viable. We supply the oxygen. Someone has taken on a course of action where they're now suffocating. We give them oxygen. That means we've made it possible for them to pursue that course of action. On the other hand, if we don't help them, we watch them suffer. Now that's a dilemma.
Well, wait a minute. If the dilemma is we're providing oxygen, isn't a solution, here, let me play Murray for a minute, isn't the solution to cut off the oxygen supply?
If you're prepared to watch what happens when people are suffocating in front of you and do nothing about it, the fact of the matter is we are not prepared to do that as a society. We simply aren't.